Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Small Business Management at Ozarka College. Today what I'd like to do is kind of give a short overview of the course and specifically go over the course syllabus with you. And I'm also going to show you the activities page just very briefly. So let's kind of get started here. When you first log into My Ozarka and you see the list of courses that you're taking this semester, of course, to get to this course page for Small Business Management, you'll click on the link to this course, and the first thing you'll see is what I've got displayed here on the screen, which is basically the introductory page for the course site. And it'll basically show information about the course at the top there. It'll have my name as the instructor, and then it'll have a little picture of me on the left-hand side. And then there'll also be an announcements section right below that. During the course of the semester, you'll need to pay attention to those announcements that I've posted. I will post announcements on a regular basis, probably at least 1 or 2 a week. I will be posting there, so just a lot of it will be reminders of things that are coming up due, or just general information that I need to share with the class. And so on a regular basis, probably at least once a day, you'll need to check the course page in My Ozarka and specifically look and see if there are any announcements that I've posted, so you can kind of stay on track during the course of the semester. Okay? All right. Now, you'll notice on the left-hand side of the page, there are links that allow you to navigate to various parts of the course site in My Ozarka, various pages. And one of the one that we're going to look at today is the syllabus link. So let's go ahead and click on syllabus. And the course syllabus is just a document that specifies how this course is going to kind of operate during the course of the semester. What the requirements are, what we will be doing this semester, how things will be handled, the guidelines basically that we're going to follow during the course of the semester is all indicated on the course syllabus. So this first week of class, you'll need to make sure that you read through this course syllabus and let me know if you have any questions. Now, I'm going to kind of hit on the high points of the syllabus right now in this video, but you'll still need to kind of read through it yourself this first week of class and let me know if you have any questions at all. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. So at the very top of the syllabus it has the course information, and then right below that it has my name, my contact information. And like I said a few minutes ago, my name is Stephen Baltz, and I am your instructor for this course. The Small Business Management course I've taught several times during the 25 years that I've taught at Ozarka. So I've got quite a bit of experience with this course and know what the requirements are, what the outcomes are, and so forth. Just kind of keep that in mind. Now, this particular course is one of my favorite courses to teach because I think it is extremely valuable for anyone who is thinking about starting a small business, or anyone who's going to be managing or working in a small business. And most businesses today are small businesses. A large percentage of businesses that will work out in our career, or that we will start later on in our career, are going to be classified as small businesses. And so, and I'll get more into more of that when we talk about the rationale for the course. But this contact information, just kind of read through it. You'll also notice my office hours are listed there. But probably the best way to contact me if you have a question about the course that you need answered very quickly is to use course mail over here on the left-hand side. If you'll use that course mail when you send me your question, and make sure that when you're asking questions, be very specific, okay? It doesn't tell me much or help me to answer your question if you just tell me you're having problems, but you don't specify what the problems are. So be as specific as you can be when you send me a course mail. Let me know exactly what problem you're experiencing or what question you have so that I can answer your question in a more timely manner. All right? Now, you'll notice on my contact information it has my phone number, my office phone number. It has my Ozarka email address. But again, I would really like you to use course mail to send me a message because if you use the Ozarka email address, it's not going to have your name. It's not going to have the course listed on it. And so I'm going to have to do a lot of work to try to figure out who it is that's sending me a message and what course it pertains to. Whereas if you use course mail, it includes all that information automatically. Okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, it also shows my office hours there at the top. And that's great for those of you that are close to the Mountain View campus where my office is. But for most of you, you're probably not going to be close to the Mountain View campus. And so the other option that we have, if you want to meet with me virtually through Google Meet, we can do that. You'll just need to let me know in advance, like a day or two in advance, and we can set up a time, and I can set that up and send you a link to the meeting. We can meet that way if you need to. So just let me know if you ever need to meet with me virtually, and I'll be glad to set that up and meet with you like that. All right. Now, the next 3 items on the syllabus are the course description, rationale, and the outcomes. Those 3 things are very closely tied together. So I'm going to talk about them at the same time here. Now, for this course, we're basically going to be studying about, obviously, small businesses. We're going to look at the nature of small businesses, different ways that you can start a small business, and then finally, the things that are involved in successfully operating a small business. Okay? And just like I said a few minutes ago, most of the businesses in the United States, a large percentage of them are small businesses, is the way that we define small business. Okay? And we'll talk about that as we go through the course. That'll be talked about actually in Chapter 1. It will define what a small business is so you can kind of get a better idea of that. But basically another name for small business is entrepreneurship, okay? Which is just basically the time and the skills that's necessary to start a small business, okay? So those that start a small business are called entrepreneurs, okay? And so since most businesses are small businesses, anytime we are working towards a business degree, like you are at Ozarka, we want to make sure that we know about how small businesses are started, how they function, and so forth, because they are things are done quite a bit differently in a small business than they are in a larger business. And so we need to make that distinction and know specifically for example, some of the problems that are associated with small businesses, but also some of the opportunities that are unique to small businesses. And so we'll learn about that as we go through the semester. So anytime you are you're wanting to start a career in business, it's important to know about small business management. Because again, chances are you're probably going to work in a business that's classified as a small business. All right. So just kind of read through that course description, rationale, and outcomes. Let me know if you have any questions about that. One of the main things that we're going to be doing this semester, in addition to learning about small businesses and how they operate, is we're going to be creating a business plan. Okay. That's going to be your semester project. And I'll talk more about that later. But a lot of the assignments that we're going to do during the course of the semester and the discussions that we have are going to be related to the business plan. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. The textbook that we're going to use for this class, it looks just like this. I'll kind of hold it up to the camera so you can look at it. This is what it looks like, and it's called Entrepreneurship and Small Business Management, 2nd edition. Now, it is kind of an older textbook, but all the information is still relevant from this textbook as far as what we're going to need to know about for this course in order to learn how to create a business plan. Okay? So, and also I will be providing some other resources for many of the assignments and other activities that will be more up to date even than the textbook is. Okay? But basically, when you go to purchase your textbook, make sure that you verify this ISBN number right here. Okay? Whether you buy your book in the bookstore, the college bookstore, or some other source, make sure that you take that ISBN number with you and verify that you're getting the correct textbook. There are different versions of this textbook. There are different editions of this textbook. So the best way to verify that you're getting the correct textbook is using that ISBN number. Okay? All right. And you'll need to get your textbook as soon as possible because there will be work due from it the 2nd week of class. So as sooner you can get your textbook, the better. All right. Next item on the syllabus is the methods of instruction. And I'm not going to go over this with you. I'm going to let you read through it because it's pretty well self-explanatory. It's the same basic methods of instruction that you're going to see in most online classes. So I'm going to let you read through that. All right, the next item on the course syllabus is probably the most important part of the syllabus, which is the evaluation procedures section. This is where I'm describing exactly how your course grade is going to be determined in this course. You know, what components are involved and exactly what percentage each one of those components represents as your final course grade. So you'll notice right there in the evaluation procedures, kind of towards the top, it lists off the 6 things that will make up your grade in this course. We have assignments, discussions, chapter test, a midterm exam, a final exam, and then a semester project, which I kind of referred to just a minute ago. That's that business plan that I talked about. All right. Now, next to each one of those sets of activities that are going to make up your grade, there's a percentage. That is the percentage that each one of those components is going to represent as a portion of your final course grade. Okay? For example, assignments will comprise 22% of your final course grade. All right? Now, next thing I'd like to do is you'll notice I've included a paragraph for each one of those components that are going to make up your grade. And I kind of explain in each paragraph kind of in more detail what each one of those components is going to involve. So let's kind of, I'm not going to read each part of it to you, but I'm going to very quickly talk about each one. Assignments will involve you being assigned a particular section in the textbook to read through, and also videos that I've linked on the assignment page to watch. And then you'll use the information that you got from those sources, and you'll answer some questions for each assignment. You'll have 4 or 5, maybe 6 assignment questions that you'll answer. And some of those assignment questions will involve you creating part of your business plan. Okay, so especially once we get into about the 3rd or 4th week of the semester, many of your assignment questions are going to pertain to a specific part of the business plan, that semester project. So basically, as you're working on your assignments during the semester, you're going to be creating parts of that business plan so that when you get to the end of the semester, when the project is due, you're going to have a lot of it completed already. Okay, all right. So assignments, the main thing on assignments is to make sure you're answering each part of each question completely using your own words. I don't mind at all you using resources other than what I provided for you. But if you're going to use AI tools or you're going to use online sources, you need to still make sure you put the information in your own words and also cite any kind of other information that you use as a part of your answers. You'll need to properly cite those sources in your on your assignment. Okay. All right. Discussion grades. Those will basically what we'll have as far as discussions is I will give you a case study to read through that pertains to a particular concept that we're learning about in our textbook, and or it may be more than one concept that we've learned about, and you'll basically read through that case study, and you will answer the questions thoroughly using your own words. And again, if you're using any kind of sources other than what I provided for you, like the textbook or the case study, then you will need to properly cite any source that you've used. But even if you're citing the sources, you still need to put all the information into your own words. Whether it's on the assignments or discussions or on the project, you'll need to make sure that you're using your own words so that you don't violate the academic integrity policy of the college. Okay? All right. Next item are the chapter tests. Those chapter tests will be multiple choice questions. You'll take those online in Ozarka, and you can take those as many times as you want to. Your highest grade on those is automatically recorded. So the main point with chapter tests, the main reason that I have you do those is to kind of assess your knowledge of the concepts that are presented in the textbook. Since you're able to take the test multiple times, if you if you now know by taking the test that you haven't understood particular concepts very well, then you can go back and study those and take the test again. Okay? And those chapter tests are going to be used to study for the midterm and final exams. All right? That's the next thing I need to talk about. On the midterm, that'll basically be, that'll cover everything that we'll have done up to the midway point of the semester. That test will be taken online in Ozarka, just like the final exam. You'll, on both of those, both the midterm and final, you'll have just one attempt on those. You'll only be able to take them one time. There will be a time limit, so just kind of keep that in mind. When it gets closer in the semester to the midterm and final exams, I will give you more specific information about those. But for right now, just kind of read through that information on the syllabus. Let me know if you have any questions about it. And then the final item under evaluation procedures is the semester project. Again, just like I said a few minutes ago, the semester project is going to involve you creating a business plan for a business that you would like to start. Okay? So you're going to basically need to kind of start thinking about a small business that you would like to start and use as the basis of your business plan for this class. And as you're working on this semester project during the semester, if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. And I will be sending out more information about the semester project later in the semester. Right now, you don't need to worry about it too much right now. But like I said, in a few weeks, I will send out some more specific information about that. So just kind of be looking for that. All right. Next item on the course syllabus is the grading scale. That's just the standard grading scale that you see in most classes. So that shouldn't be a surprise to you. Just kind of look through that. Let me know if you have questions. Next item is the makeup policy. Basically for this class, just in general, I do not allow makeup work simply because I give you plenty of time to get the work completed. Because of that, I do not generally allow makeup work. But that being said, if you have a special circumstance that you think warrants me looking at that and considering that, then just send me a course mail with all the specifics. Be very specific on, you know, why you weren't able to get the work submitted on time and so forth, and then I will look at that on an individual basis, okay? But just remember, in general, I do not allow makeup work, so plan accordingly for that. All right, next item is attendance policy. Obviously, we're not meeting face-to-face in this class since it's online, but it's still important to stay on track in the class. And the best way to do that is to make sure that you're logging into the course page in Miles Arca on a regular basis. My recommendation, my strong recommendation, is at least once a day. Because when you do that, when you log in at least once a day, you're able to remind yourself of things that are coming up due. You're reading my announcements. You're reading the course mail that I've sent out. And you're able to have a better chance of succeeding in this course. If you wait 5 or 6 days or a week or over a week in between accessing the course page, then you're probably going to miss out on some things that are going to kind of hurt your chances of being successful in the class. Okay? So just let me know if you have questions about that. Next item is academic integrity. And I've already talked about this quite a bit, but I have had some problems in the last few semesters with students not using their own words and instead using AI tools to generate the answers for their assignment questions and their discussion answers or discussion replies. And so I'm going to be looking for that. So make sure that when you're doing your assignments and your discussions, make sure that you're using your own words. If you use any sources other than those that are provided, like the textbook and the videos, if you're using any other resources, you need to properly cite those resources. And even if you're citing those resources, though, you still need to put the information into your own words, okay? And I am going to be looking for that, so just kind of be aware of that, all right? All right. And then the last several sections of the course syllabus are pretty well self-explanatory, so I'm just going to let you read through that. All right, so that's the course syllabus. So this first week of class, one of your responsibilities is to carefully read through this document and let me know if you have any questions at all. Let's get any questions answered before the semester really gets going, okay? All right, I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. All right. The last thing I need to show you today is the activities page. So you'll notice over here on the navigation links, the very first one is the activities link. Let's click on that. That activities link and activities page is going to be the part of the course website that you're probably going to interact with the most during this semester, because this is where all of the activities are. All the assignments and exams and projects and so forth are located that you're going to be working on during the course of the semester, okay? Now, this activities page is organized by week. So very first week, this first week of the semester, there are a couple of items there. And then if you scroll down, all the way at the bottom is week 16. That's the last week of our semester when we'll take our final exam. All right, so everything is organized by week. So let's look at the two items under week 1. The first one is the Getting Started link. Let's click on that very briefly. Let me show you what I've included there. Basically, under resources there on that page, I've included some links to the things that you need to be aware of this first week of class that you need to read through, like the course schedule and the syllabus and the textbook information. So it's just a kind of a convenient location where you can access all that information that you need to read through to get started in the class. Okay? All right, let's go back to activities. Now, there's nothing to turn in for the Getting Started activity. That's simply a series of things that you need to read through and understand for this first week of class. Okay? And then the only thing that you're going to be turning in this first week of class is the Introduce Yourself discussion right here. and that is due by Saturday, January 25th, which is this coming Saturday. So let me click on that introduce yourself discussion. What this is on this discussion, I've included information about myself, just kind of introduced myself to the class, and then I've also included some instructions on what you need to include in your reply. So for this, what you'll do is reply with your introduction to the class. You know, of course, your name, where you're from, maybe information about your program that you're working towards, whether it's business or something else. Information about maybe your career goals. Maybe if you're working now, where you're working now, what your position is currently. And then maybe also some information about hobbies and interests that you have. Just whatever, information that you're willing to share with the class, I would like you to include in your reply. And then as you're replying, I will, as students are replying to this discussion, I will reply to those replies, and I will share a little bit more information about myself as well as we're having this discussion. And this discussion is just a way for us to kind of get to know each other a little bit more. Even though we're not seeing each other face to face in an online class, it's still important to know about each other a little bit, because that will help later on when we're doing discussions, when we're having online discussions about particular concepts that we've learned about in the course. Okay? And so that's really the only thing that's due this first week, is that introduce yourself discussion. You'll need to reply to that by Saturday, January 25th. Now, under week 2, you'll notice that's the first set of chapter activities from the textbook. So you'll have the chapters 1 and 2 assignment, test, and discussion all due by Thursday, January 30th, which is the second week of class. Okay, so that should be plenty of time for you to get your textbook and work through these activities. Now, as you're working through these chapters 1 and 2 activities, if you have any questions at all, let me know through course mail, and I will be glad to answer any questions that you have. Okay, so be working on those activities. Get your textbook, get started, and just let me know if you have any questions. Like I said before, I'm really looking forward to teaching this class. This is one of my favorite classes to teach. Hopefully you will enjoy it as well, and hopefully you'll learn a lot that will help you in your other classes and also in your career. So that's really all I have for you for today. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to it, and I will talk to you in the next video. Thank you.